So beingfulness is really about leadership that operates from a place of a natural expression of who you are. And so that's especially needed in this crisis as we begin to wonder, should we really be working? Wherever we're working? Are we wasting our time? Should we be doing something else? What lessons have I learned from this crisis? Many of us are going through those questions. And I see them as questions of a deeper purpose. Really, I'm trying to understand, is my life really, do I want it to go the same way it went before the crisis? And that matters for teams, it matters for organizations, it matters at the individual level. So let me just very quickly say at the organizational level, it's an issue of higher purpose. Finding a higher purpose than just profitability, which really should be a means to something larger. Taking care of your stakeholders who are not necessarily just the shareholders, the weaker stakeholders, especially employees who've had a rough time through this COVID crisis. When it comes to teams, if you're a team leader, it really is a very similar approach, taking care of all the members of your team, ensuring that they are thriving, ensuring that their purpose is aligned with the team's purpose, ensuring that it's not just a command and control style, but you're bringing the best out of them, helping them come alive at work. And then at the individual level, it's a question of going deep inside you and trying to understand what is the work that really drives you, the work that really makes you impassioned in a way, the work that fulfills you, and trying your best through the lessons of this crisis to move towards that kind of work or make existing work much more meaningful than it already is. So these are, in a way, the lessons from this crisis at all these three levels. First and foremost, you as a team leader need to be more self-aware of yourself. We need to learn a lot more self-awareness. What are we strong in? What are our values? What are our deep beliefs? What are our shortcomings? What is it that we think we do but our team members would not agree with? So self-awareness is the first step. Then, of course, empathy. Empathy is very critical. Understanding what your team members have gone through, seeing the world through their eyes, understanding why they show up or don't show up at work, why they come alive, don't come alive at work. Understanding those drivers of their motivation. Increasingly, motivation will become very important. Then, of course, self-control. So this is something that is often lacking. We need to have a clear sense of self-discipline. The habits that we have really determine our productivity, how we can handle difficulties. And finally, in my mind, perhaps the most important capability, and to cultivate this capability, is integrity. Integrity in terms of what we think and what we do. So I call this the real model. Recognize your purpose, and E is for experience, where you empathize. A is for adopt or anchor, where you develop the self-control. And finally, leading by example, which is integrity. So in the end, it comes down to leading by example. So these are the ways in which you do it, and there are a number of different techniques in each of these steps.